Good morning. Yes, it is still morning. Hi everyone. I am working in the studio, shop, craft room, office, whatever you want to call it. I've been doing my least favorite thing. Well, it's actually not my least favorite thing. My least favorite thing is boxing up to ship because I get so worried about my product being damaged in shipping, so that I'm really careful about it. Bubble wrap, tape, extra box fillers. I try to use really strong boxes. Even though I recycle my boxes, I still try and use really strong ones. So anyway, so my other least favorite thing to do is base paint. So if you can see behind me, I'm getting pretty good at, and actually I guess I'm not, at pointing backwards. So I've been base painting, some wood signs. Now I'm going to stencil. I'm working on, got it on the first time, more of those home signs. I have a bunch of orders to fill. So I'm working on the sign itself, the home part. I have these cutouts, orange, the orange pumpkin, the ornament, although someone today requested a green and red ornament, so I'll be doing a little different one. I'll show you that. Easter basket for Easter, Valentine's Day, heart, shamrock for St. Patrick's Day, and the watermelon for the summer. I am going to work on, I think I'll make a post for it, because I'm going to work on a set of 4 to make an add-on set to this. So I know I'm going to do a flag. I'm just not sure what else I'm going to do. I'll probably do some kind of flower for spring if you don't necessarily want an Easter basket. And then I don't know what else. So maybe we'll make that a little post of a contest or something. We'll see. I'll see what shapes, it's very hard to pick because the vendor I use, actually I have 2 vendors, but both of them have over 100 shapes. I mean, some I wouldn't use, they're just not my style, or wouldn't go with this sign. But there is plenty to choose from. So anyway, guess y'all saw some posts from my market this week. It went really well. I'm very excited. My girlfriend and I planned it out. It was our first one, and she's already planning the next one, of course. But it went well. I think everybody enjoyed it. The vendors we had beautiful stuff. We only had one of each kind of vendor, like one candle person, one hand painted like me. Hi, Amy. Good morning. Melissa, who sews, she's a beautiful seamstress. One candle vendor. There were 2 jewelry vendors, but jewelry is very unique. So we could have had probably 3 jewelry vendors there, and their take and styles would have been completely different. So it was good. So we're going to do it again. We're thinking about doing one in the spring. It was exhausting, but especially this time of year. But anyway, so now I'm just going to, that's my stencil. I'm just going to sit here and stencil. I learned how to make reusable stencils. So for my signs that I make multiples of, I'm now using Mylar instead of adhesive stencil material. With the adhesive stencil material, you use it once, you do the stenciling, you rip it off and you throw it away. Now with this reusable stencil, this is probably, I have 4, this is probably the 10th time I'm using this. I would imagine it gets worn from washing it and reusing it. Not that it's Mylar, so but still, you want all the letters to lay flat, and you want your lines to be crisp, but it's certainly way better than doing one disposable stencil per project. I mean, I would still do one stencil if I have a custom order, or I just have to do a quickie or something. Or maybe at the beginning when I'm coming up with a new design, I'll just make a disposable stencil. And if the design starts to sell, then I'll make a permanent stencil. But for the ones that I know are big sellers, like these home signs with the interchangeable pieces, and my other big seller, I don't even have one to show you. I do this little small 7x7 sign. I'm sure I posted it. It says, "It's fine." Because it's fine. It's all fine. It's all good. That is one of my biggest sellers. Who would have thought, right? And when I was first doing it, I showed my daughter and my husband. I'm like, "What do you think?" And they were like, "Well, that's kind of snarky." And I'm like, "I didn't mean it to be snarky. I meant it to be like, it's fine." So I don't know if you guys care to see me stenciling. It's not that exciting, but so today I'm working on these. I'll be painting more cutouts. I'm doing the "It's fine" signs. I have quite a few orders to fill today. I want to ship out as much as I can on Monday. I have more gnomes to make. Did y'all see my gnomes? They were so cute. So cute. The only thing I will say about using the disposable stencils, so when I use the disposable stencils, I do them all, and then I stencil, and then I go back and stencil. In this way, I can only do one at a time. And each project gets about 3 light coats of paint. And these letters are big. So you want to use light coats because you don't want to have any bleeds. Occasionally I'll have a bleed, I'll go back and fix it. But you don't want to have a lot of bleeds and big bleeds. So less paint is more. Less paint and gentle dabbing. And depending on the color, if I'm just doing black or white, I use chalk paint. Not chalkboard paint, chalk paint for stenciling because it's much thicker. So I just sent my husband to the post office with packages. He's a big help to me. And then he was going to, at the market the other night, we did a food drive and collected food for a local charity here. We have a young man and his mom who have a charity. It's called Helping Makes You Happy. And they work tirelessly for our local community. Coat drives, food drives, toy drives. This summer, he collected food donations and went to the local supermarkets and provided lunch to families and children who would ordinarily get free lunch at school, but since there was no school, there was no lunch. And I think it pretty much went all summer long. Then they did back to school backpacks with school supplies and backpacks. It's great. They work so hard. Every time I see his mom, I just want to give her a big hug. So anyway, my husband went to pick up the food donation box and bring it to their site. And if you want to check them out, it's Helping Makes You Happy with the letter U. I'll put the link up. Anyway, yeah, I know. It's kind of boring to be stenciling. I wasn't on live earlier because you know me, before I get to painting, I have to straighten up. I can't start working in a mess. I just want to make sure it's all evenly done. My H needs a little bit more work. I was kind of neglectful to my H at the beginning because it was up here. Okay, now look. I'm just going to peel this off. Put it down. And then on to the next one. I cut these the same size as the board, so I don't have to do anything but line it up to the edges. Tape it down so it doesn't move. I have little pieces of tape in these parts that flap around too. You can't see them. I have little pieces of Scotch tape in there to hold them down. And that's it. I'm on to the next one. So thanks for joining. And maybe I'll come back and paint a little later. Remember, I told you these. I'll be painting these today. I've painted them before with you guys. And these are what goes on these home signs. The ornament for Christmas, full pumpkin, Easter basket for spring, a little whimsical heart for Valentine's Day. Oh, full of paint. St. Patrick's Day, and a piece of watermelon for the summer. Great way to decorate. One sign, 6 occasions. Thanks.